hair's a mess. Oh, Darren. Good to see you in there, Darren. Oh, what the heck is that? Someone's got a bit of something going bad there. Oh, we had 4. Now we're down to 2. We'll be starting momentarily. Hope things are going well there in Montreal for you, Darren. Oh, good evening, Steve, up on Cameron Lake. Now, tonight's the night you should be sitting on the dock. You need to put the crossband repeat on and go down to the dock and sit there with your handheld. Oh, you're in Oshawa, Darren. Good. Maybe we'll hear you on the radio then. Maybe. You're like Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. This is Laird, VE3LKS. Welcome you to the COVID-19 Rag Chew, Week 10, Wednesday night edition. And I know there's some people out there. I heard Ryland. I got you in the log already, Ryland, VE3DKW. There was someone else out there who had a wicked squeal on their mic. I don't know what that was all about, but it was pretty nasty on this end. And several guys online. Darren, NMD's online. Joe is online, VGJ. And I'm sure I'll hear some of these guys when we start taking check-ins, which is what we'll do right now. So if you want to join the COVID-19 Rag Chew this evening, now's your opportunity. This is Laird, VE3LKS.
Echo, V3XEQ. Vector Echo 3, Papa Whiskey Juliet. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Romeo Uniform. Tango Papa Sierra. Victor Echo 3, Victor Golf Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Bravo Zulu. VE3HIX.
Okay, somewhat orderly, which was nice. There was only one call I had a question with, and I don't know whether Doug DCE was checking in or not, but I caught his CE, so I'm assuming it's Doug. Who else do I have? I've got Ryland, DKW, Christopher, VE3XCQ, VE3PWJ Peter, VE3CRU Bill, VA3TPS Steve, VE3VGJ Joe, VA3DCE Doug, VA3WBZ William, VE3HIX Bob, and I did that almost with one breath. Anyways, if I missed anybody or anybody else needs to check in, then please come now.
V3CW. V3RPN Mobile. V3IGX.
Okay, very good. I copied, I'm not sure where I left off. I think I may have left off with Bob, HIX. So Gerard, CWR, Scott, VE3RPN, and Cam, VE3IGX. Well, good evening, everybody. And it's a beautiful evening out there. I had a hard time coming in the house, to be honest with you. I went for a walk after supper, and I just wanted to sit out in the lawn chair and relax. But I had to come in here for this. But okay, it's not bad. Maybe I should set up the crossband repeat and do it from my lawn chair. With that being said, the question for this evening, I need information on a tower. If you go up Old Skugog Road out of Bowmanville, all the way up to Shirley Road, and then hang a left, almost immediately on the right-hand side or the north-hand side of the road, there's a quite a tall tower with guy wires and everything, and a little antenna on the top. If anybody knows what that is, when your turn comes around, I'd be interested in knowing what it is and maybe who. If it's a ham antenna, who has that, or regardless who has it. The reason why I'm asking is someone that I used to do some contract work for asked me if I knew anything about it, and I didn't. So I thought, well, if anyone's going to know, it's going to be a bunch of nosy hams. So I thought I'd throw it to you guys this evening. And with that being said, all the way up there to Ryland. Good evening, VE3DKW, VE3LKS. Uh-oh, Ryland, are you with us still? Okay, we'll get back to Ryland in a few minutes. Christopher, VE3XCQ.
Well, good evening, Laird. Good evening, all the rest of the people. And I'm sorry I can't help you with your tower. Well, I was sitting around today, Steve, with a walking dog, and I thought I was going to do some self-analysis, so I turned the TV off and sat in the dark, thinking about it. I'll try marching to the beat of a different drum, and people just thought I was an oddball. I tried being an introvert. People thought, he thinks he's smarter than everybody, and he's just recoiling from society. I tried being an extrovert, and they just thought I was overbearing and boisterous. I even tried being a clown, but then I realized a lot of people don't like clowns, they hate them. So I come up with my final choice, and it will be, I think I will become a nun. What do you think about that, Larry?
Well, an interesting choice in careers, that's for sure. I'm not sure whether they'll take you at this particular point, but an interesting choice nonetheless, Christopher. And you know what? As they say, just keep trying. What did they say? Colonel Sanders, it took him something like, he went bankrupt like 7 or 8 times before he struck it rich on the secret recipe. So never give up. Always keep trying and make the best of everything. So very good. And just let everyone know that on the YouTube channel, it looks like the Ragnet Bar and Grill is open. And it's Roadkill Wednesday, so I don't know where Jackie is, but she'll be happy with that. She likes the skunk burgers for some reason. And Gary Zed, he heard alligator tastes like chicken. Yeah, but it's getting it in the pan. They're a bit hard to get it in the pan, Gary. Let's see. Next on the list is Peter, VE3PWJ.
Well, good evening to you, Laird, and all the good folks that have checked in so far. That tower, I'm not sure who belongs to it. I know the one you're talking about, but it's been a few years. It's the one that's on Shirley Road there. Yeah, I know what you mean. Quite a good tall tower. And we had a nice Zoom meeting with Margaret this morning, so that worked out fairly well considering all the problems that she's got. So, we'll let you have some time for more beans there, Laird.
Yeah, I wish you'd watch it with those beans, though, Peter. It gives me a lot of gas at night. Hi. And yeah, the tower is actually, it's not too far from where our tower used to be at the Orange Lodge, but it's just on the opposite side of the road and down almost to Old Skewgog. So interesting. Okay. Let's see. VE3CRU, Gerard. No, sorry, Bill.
Okay, VE3CRU there. Good to hear you on there, Laird. And yeah, it used to be Wednesday used to be wide open Wednesday. Anyway, I can find out about that tower. I know who will know about it, and I've been told about it, and I can't remember, but no, I drive by it many times. And that's Bill Mantell, VE3BME. But at any rate, I've got something I'm more interested in than towers. Has anybody in the group at any time used a pest control service? The reason I ask, of course, is, I got raccoon problems. The lady next door to me had Abel, ABELL. I was not happy with the way that man performed. Right at the walkway across from me here, there was a wasp nest right down where you could walk right into it. The town rep that I spoke to thought that it was while where they just go straight for you. The whole hide empties out at you there. But he was very professional. And then there's a couple of others there that are in town here. So I was just curious as to whether anybody's been involved with them. Been busy around the property here otherwise, and I'll be watching for the coons as the net closes. Back to net, the E3 CRUs.
Comment?
Okay, very good. Yeah, we'll get to the comments in a section. And Bill, was it coons that you're trying to get rid of?
Precisely in my attic.
Okay, very good. The comment, go ahead.
Yeah, it's William, VA3WBZ. I had coons in my attic too, and I put a radio up there, and I just turned the radio off and I left it on. They didn't like the noise because they couldn't sleep. So eventually they finally left, and when they did leave, I went around to find where they were getting in. I sealed it up so they couldn't get back in. They tried. Same thing with squirrels. They didn't like it either, but I had the radio turned up pretty loud. They don't like the noise. And like I say, once they leave, just go around and seal the holes up again, and you won't have to worry about it anymore. Thank you, and back to you, Laird.
Okay, very good, William. That's one good option. I know mothballs. They don't seem to like mothballs either. Because I know I had... Oh, no, that was skunks. I don't know whether raccoons like mothballs or not, but I know skunks don't. But you don't have that problem, Bill. VA3, TPS, Steve.
Okay, good evening, Laird, and to everybody on frequency. Well, it was a lovely day up here at the lake. The problem was I spent most of it just working until the afternoon when my daughter and grandchild showed up. So we had a nice visit with them, and they just left. So, but other than that, not too much. I got a recipe for varmints, but I won't say it over the air. So back to you, Laird.
Okay, very good, Steve. And the guys are going crazy on YouTube here. As a matter of fact, someone's offering up their neighbor's cat that was digging up their garden. I guess the cat's not digging up the garden anymore, so they're frying it up on the barbecue. Hi. VE3, VGJ.
Good evening, Laird, and everybody on frequency. I called up that antenna you were talking about on YouTube here, and I've been by it many times as well, and Google Maps there. And I was looking up, it's not a real clear picture, but on the top, it's not really just a vertical thing. It looks like it's a little bit of a beam up there. It's going to be pointing south. And there's some other stuff up along the side of the tower, so I'm not sure what all that is. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing on this Google photo, and the photo was taken in 2018, according to Google there. Yeah, Doug and I rode for an ATV ride today. Had a good ride in the Northumberland Forest here today. Put on about 100 kilometers. Jesus, beautiful this time of the year. Lots of activity in the farm fields around, some crops being planted. Anyway, just a nice day, and the weather was just great. Back to you.
Yeah, beautiful day for a drive out in the country, that's for sure, especially on the quads. So very good. Glad you guys had a good ride. Was this an organized ride, like with a bunch of others, or was just a few guys out for a leisurely afternoon?
Just Doug and myself, we just had to get out on the bikes there. We haven't been out on them for, well, since last year, basically. And yeah, we just planned it. The forest, or the club that runs the area, the Northumberland ATV Association there, group. They have a 100K loop, so we followed it, and yeah, that's all we did, just the two of us.
Very good, Joe. Well, again, beautiful day for it. I'm glad you and Doug had a great time. And speaking of Doug, BA3 DCE, you're next up, buddy.
Good evening, Laird. Everybody else on the net tonight. It was a wonderful day, and one thing you asked, it was an organized ride. If Joe sets it up, it's an organized ride. And it was an organized ride. We had a great time. The weather just couldn't have been better. But we didn't know how to dress for the thing. Too warm, too cold, take it on, put it off. Well, whatever that means. Anyway, it was great. Anyway, I'm only going to be here the first time because I've missed 2 naps today. And I've got a phone call that I have to make. And I don't think I'll be here after this one. But I passed by a golf course this afternoon on the way home, Laird, and what is really funny is to see 4 carts on the same fairway at the same time, lined up across, each one with one person on it, one set of clubs. I think that they're going to give up the golfing and start racing the golf carts, because it looks like it was going to be more fun. Anyway, Laird, when you finally do get out, whenever that is, I know it's going to be amazing if the weather was like today. Back to you, Laird, and thank you again.
Yes, I can't wait to go out golfing, hopefully this weekend. And yes, you're right, having to do that social distancing, although if I take my son, I'm stuck with him, so we can theoretically be in the cart together. But it will be interesting. Theoretically, the courses, a lot of them, like you go to some of these courses and you can't walk them. So they're going to be down to half the golfers that they could normally put out unless they start allowing people to walk. And of course, people that need a cart, they're going to be making tee times early so they make sure they can get a cart. Otherwise, they may have to walk and then they just won't do it. But I can't wait. After being out this afternoon and this evening, it's in my bones. I got to go. VA3 WBZ, William.
Good evening, Laird. All of us on net. We're talking about the raccoons there a few minutes ago. And I have a live trap that I use as well, and I just loaded up with peanut butter. And when I catch them, I take them a few miles north of the city here. There's a little spot up there. There's a stream, a lot of woods and that stuff, and I let them go out there. There, they've got a fighting chance anyway of survival. But it's about 6 or 7 miles north of the city, north of Steele's Ave, I guess you could say. And I've gotten quite a few from over the last couple of years, all that stuff. So there's very few raccoons now in my area. The only thing I have now is the odd one, possum. And that's always good for the Road Killer restaurant, eh? We should let them know about that one. We'll try to arrange something for that, eh? Break for a second. It has been a beautiful day today. Very lazy day for me, but tomorrow's a working day for me, so at least half of it. And in the afternoon, we got to go get some weeds, otherwise known as flowers, for the wife. All that she wants to do her gardening now, so I guess that's what's up for tomorrow. And painting again on Friday. Some baseboards I had to go and paint them, about 700 linear feet of baseboard. So that's about a day and a half's work. Nothing else is going on with the radio stuff. My engine, I'm still working on getting it cleaned up, that a little bit every day. I'm almost there, ready to go and paint. And then I'll put it back together again and finish that off. And see if I can get it to work and put power out, 30 volts. Keep my fingers crossed on it anyway. If not, I'm not sure what I have to do. I'll have to go back to square one on the coils, I guess, to see what's going with them if they don't work. Anyway, back to you, Laird, and the rest of the guys on net. VA3 WBZ.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing a little video on this someday when it's up and running, and being able to listen to it and see it run and watch it power things up. That'll be cool. Bob, VE3HIX.
Good evening, Laird. Good evening, everybody on the repeater. And good evening, John, our Vice President, who I understand is listening in this evening. I was talking to him earlier. No idea on the tower, and no idea on how to get rid of pets living in the attic. But there's some good ideas out there that have come in. For myself, I've had a terrific day for a change. 3 things, very quick. One, I got rid of hopefully got rid of a pain that I've had for a very long, many months. And it seems to have be disappearing very nicely. 2, I got out gardening, turned 3 flower beds and edged them. Place was looking all set to go in the front. I just have to do the back tomorrow. And 3, and most importantly, I found out what I was doing wrong with this Morse code bug, and why it wasn't behaving for me. And now, taking a hint from what I saw on a guy on the internet, it works beautifully. VE3HIX. Back to you, Laird.
Oh, very good, Bob. Well, we'll have to. Can't wait to see you operating that bug. Then glad you were able to work the bugs out of it, and that pain. Yeah, there's nothing worse than pain, especially in the side or something. And I'm glad you're able to get rid of that. No, I'm noticing that Jeffrey's not on here yet tonight too. So is that the pain that you're referring to?
No, no secret. This is chronic prostate congestion, prostatitis. I've had it for 40 years, but I've never had it as bad as I got it now. And as for Jeffrey, I was talking to him earlier. The repeater controller went into the sleep mode. When that happens, you can't get through either controller. So it's like the repeater is this repeater is off the air. So I went through with him, and he shut it down. Waited. When you do that, it goes onto the internal controller. Waited and then brought it back up, and now it's back on the external controller, so everything's working properly. Other than that, I haven't heard from him today.
On TV?
I have.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll let Jeffrey to the bottom. We have a few more to go, and then we'll let Jeffrey come in there. And let's see. Next on the list is Gerard, VE3CWR.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everybody. Nothing too much to add here. Yeah, well, the raccoons, my neighbor across the street, he's right on the creek. He was plagued with them a couple of years ago. And he had a trap there, and he would catch them and take them up and drop them off. And he swore he was getting the same ones back, so he got a paint can, spray paint can, and he sprayed them on the back, and sure enough, some of them were coming back. So anyway, I wouldn't tell you what the cure was, but anyway, I think he still gets the odd one, but anyway. We can't go there. Nothing much new here. Everybody's safe and sound. So been out a few times today, and I was out most of the day yesterday. I guess I didn't get home till about 5:30. I was on the truck all day and picked up a lot of food and stuff. Anyway, back to mission control. The 3CWR.
Okay, very good, Major Tom. Well, this is ground control, and very good, Gerard. It sounds like you were busy, and you do wonderful work there for the for the organization that you and your wife help run there. It's really great. You need to let us know once they're open for donations again, because I think there's a lot of people that have been doing a lot of house cleaning during this time, and going through clothes and other items, and looking for a good home for them to be repurposed. Let's see, VE3 RPN Scott.
VE3, okay, VE3 RPN. Yep, I'm back. It was an interesting conversation going around. I just wondered there, I forgot to ask Jeff for a couple cans of tomato juice. Boy, this roadkill skunk, it's really fresh. I think I might need a little more than just wine tonight, but anyway, speaking of which, when I go to the Whitefoot Farm, remind me not to get any more chili, at least for a while. I had a couple of packets this week, and I think the wife put me out on the porch or the backyard there. She don't want me anywhere near her, so it hasn't been nice, but it sure tasted good. Anyway, over to you there. You're doing a great job, and we'll be hanging in there till the end, hopefully. Over to you there, Larry. VE3 RPN.
Scotty, I think she's just using the chili as an excuse. And somehow that scene from the end of the Flintstones, you know, where Wilma throws him outside for the night, comes into mind. You almost do look like Fred, too. Anyways, VE3 IGX Cam.
Good evening, Laird, and everyone on frequency. I can't help you with that tower on Shirley Road, but the one that I like is the one with the airplane up about 20 feet facing into the wind, twirling around. I like that. This morning I took my walking sticks out for a walk they haven't been out since last year, and they were a little frisky, wanting to wander everywhere. And but I kept a good chokehold on them, made them toe the line, and now I'm paying for it. I've got sore muscles I didn't even know I had. And so anyway, we'll give it on back to you. VE3 LKS, VE3 IGH.
Yeah, just let the repeater reset itself there, and yeah, it's you didn't time it out. I was just letting it do its thing, because if you don't let it do its whole thing, then it doesn't. The timer doesn't shut off. Yeah, very good, Cam. It's funny how even just something like walking can give you grief if you haven't done it for a while, like you did today. I know the first time I go golfing in the season, the inside of my legs will feel it because. You know, when you're swinging, you're putting a lot of energy from one leg to the other, and you're pushing and pulling, and you wouldn't believe it, but your inside thighs will just ache for a few days after the first round or two. I used to really hate it when I played hockey, because being a goalie, you're just up and down, up and down, up and down. And the first couple of games, you just about die when you get home. You don't want to move for like 2 or 3 days, but then after a while, you're fine. By a couple of weeks, you're golden. You don't even notice it. But next year, the same thing again. VA3 RTV, Jeffrey.
Yeah, good evening, Ed. And excuse me, I've got my mouth full. I wasn't quite prepared because I've just come in late, and excuse me. Anyways, sound a bit funny, I guess, with my mouth full of food, but I'll try and gulp it down as quick as I can. Okay, here we go. Fine. No, I've had a good day. Yesterday I wasn't feeling good. Today I feel pretty good, actually really good, and I've had the 3 very positive things happen to me today. And this might be a bit off topic because I don't know what the topic is, but first thing is I went for a ride on my bike with Eric, and I led because I didn't know how I was going to feel, and we ended up at Burton. They were open. We went and had a coffee there, sat out on the veranda, very nice, and then I kind of think I saw Jackie. It looks like she stopped in the middle of the road to say hello, and then she carried on, but I don't know if that was you, Jackie, if you're listening. Okay, so that was really good. Came home, and Lois had gone golfing, which meant that the car was out of the garage, which meant that I had a clear drive out of the MG. So I thought, well, I'll take the MG out for a drive, and it's a 52. So it started straight away. Took it for a drive, filled up with gas, and went and picked up something to eat at Barnaby's. That's why I'm so late. And the other thing that was very positive for me today, I had a call from the hospital, and my report came back as very good. And we won't go into any more than that, but very pleased with it, and I feel good that they called me with that good report. And with that, back to you, Led.
Woohoo! Nothing like a good report. That's excellent, Jeffrey. And yes, what was I going to ask you? Oh, whereabouts does Lois go golfing? Over there at Pebblestone?
She went to Royal Ashburn today, but okay. Normally she has her ladies' league at Oak Ridge. So it's usually Oak Ridge or Royal Ashburn, one or the other, but usually it's Oak Ridge.
Okay, very good. I was just wondering if she took advantage of being so close there to sneak into 9 holes real quick. Anyways, let's go. We missed Rylan the first time. We called him, but he wasn't there. Let's see if he's back. VE3 DKW, VE3 LKS. Okay, that's weird because I heard Rylan checking just about a minute before the net started, so I put him in there. But oh well, maybe he'll be back in a little bit. I think we've got everybody on the first go round, so I'll just take a pause here, and we will do a pause for check-in. So anybody who is wanting to join the COVID-19 Rag Chew, Week 10, Wednesday night edition, now's your opportunity. Week 10, Wednesday night edition, now's your opportunity.
VE3 IRB.
Okay, I got VE3 IRB Robert. I saw Jackie online, but I guess she's being mic shy tonight. Jackie, do you have your radio on?
Yes, I do. VA3 BTQ. Over.
Well, shame on you for not coming in when you were asked.
And VE3NMD.
Okay, I got Darren, VE3NMD. And just in case anyone's wondering, the topic for the evening is we're trying to figure out who owns the tower and what's on it on Shirley Road over by Old Skugog Road. So if you're going across Shirley Road, just before you get to Old Skugog, there's a tower on the north side, and we're trying to figure out who owns it and what's it for. So with that, we will let's see, take it to IRB. You're next on the list, Robert.
V3 IRB. I don't know about the tower, but my grandmother was born in Burkton, and I'm related to a lot of the people out there. It was funny, today we were talking about rabbits online, and my grandmother occasionally would cook a rabbit for us because she grew up eating them out in Burkton. Not all the time. Sometimes they eat other stuff, but it was one of the things they could get for free out there. Personally, I planted my vegetable garden today. Then I came in, I saw the neighbor's cat, or had neighbor's cat, I don't know whose it was, out digging in the garden, so I wasn't impressed. But other than that, back to you.
Yes, and in other news, on the Roadkill Cafe tonight, the specialty is fresh cat burgers. No, very good, Robert. Glad you got some work done. I haven't planted a garden yet, but I'm not sure if I can because I could just get too much shade in my backyard from all the trees around the place. So I've sort of given up on that. I shouldn't, but I think I have. VA3 BTQ Jackie, good evening.
Good evening, Laird, and everybody online. I'm sorry for the late response, but I was filling my face with Michael Kelly's pizza. Over.
Oh, Jeffrey was telling me about that place a few nights ago. So it must be something good if you guys drive all the way to Brooklyn to get it. So no problem. And then you went to the Roadkill Cafe and had something too. So man, you must have been a hungry diner tonight. VE3 NMD Darren.
Hello, to everyone on the net. Just checking in to say hello and listening while trying to install some software on the radio on the laptop for the radio. That's about it. I have no idea where this tower is that you're talking about or the town or road, so can't help you there. V3 LKS from V3NMD.
Okay, very good. Well, Shirley Road, if you're going up to the repeater, and I know you haven't ventured too much past there, but it's the next road north, and then you head east from there. And the road takes a little jaunt and then keeps on going east. And it's almost over by what would be what they call Old Skugog Road. And right next to Old Skugog is 57, or Bowmanville Avenue in Bowmanville. So that's the general area as to where that is. And very good. Glad to have you with us tonight, Darren. And I think you mentioned you're going back to Montreal next week, but hopefully we'll get to see you on the weekend. And before we go back to the top of the list, I'll take another pause here for check-ins. Anybody wishing to check in, now's your opportunity.
PE3, DKW.
Rylan, where did you go, man? I called you. I've had you first on the list. Take it away, my friend.
Oh, we just went in the backyard and played around. And we're actually downloading a game right now onto our computer. So I guess I was outside. I guess I didn't have the handheld with me, which I should have had. And back to you, Larry.
Oh, very good. Yes, I heard you on just a couple of minutes before the net started, so I put you right at the top of the list. And this is good, though, because we're right at the top of the list again. So it was perfect timing. And what software are you downloading? What game?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I was talking to someone.
Yeah, I was just curious as to what game you were downloading.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll warn the neighbors that you're practicing and tell them to lock their vehicles. Very good, Rylan. VE3 XEQ, Christopher.
Yeah, Larry, I just want you to know, don't worry about me. I'm going to be okay. But I think I'm just going through menopause.
Oh, no.
And it's a hormonal thing. I'll get over it. I'll get past it. And maybe I'll sit down and have a good cry for a couple hours, and that usually does the trick. 7-3, everybody. Have a good night. Remember to be kind to someone. Back to you, Larry.
Very good, Christopher. And just out of curiosity, what's the flavor of the week as far as ice cream goes in your freezer?
Oh, that goes without saying. In my freezer, I have two big tubs of Dutch chocolate. I forget which. Steve's got 2 big tubs of, and he's already eaten one. I just had a bit of mine. He's, what does he got? Black cherry, that's what it is.
Well, Steve has got really good taste in ice cream. I'll just give him that much, Christopher. Very good. Have a good evening, my friend. VE3 PWJ, Peter.
Yeah, I run everybody with the chocolate. I sort of try to keep away from it as much as I can, because I do have to watch my blood sugar. So, but there is an ice cream you can get, and I can't remember the Chapman's that makes it. It has no sugar in it, but there's not too many that do. So I haven't had chocolate now for probably about 6 weeks, or any ice cream for that matter. But anyway, we'll pass it back to you there, Larry. Beans to get, you go ahead and get them, and we'll probably say good evening from here, and we'll listen for you again tomorrow night, Larry. Over to you.
Very good, Peter. And just a word of caution on that ice cream. It's no sugar added. It doesn't mean it doesn't have any in it. So if you look on the side, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, they do make a good ice cream, though. And I'm surprised more companies don't try to make a sugar-reduced ice cream, because there's a definite need for it, especially when you go to Enniskillen and General Store and they give you like half a tub on a cone. Very good. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Peter, and hope to see you tomorrow night or hear you tomorrow night. VE3 CRU, Bill.
Okay, VE3 CRU returning. Yep. People have a lot of suggestions that have a lot of merit. Anytime said, this is baby time. So when Mama's got babies up in the attic, you can make all the noise you want. He's going to come back, even if you try to block him up. And he's going to come back for her babies. So you got to get the babies. But yes, I have a fire alarm bell. I have a fire alarm siren that I could shove up there too, that they make lots of noise. And the other thing, you can plug up the vent, but there's another 21 vents just like it that the coon on the roof can tear apart. From inside, it can't get at most of them there. It can't glad somebody enjoys Kathy's up at Brookston. Back to that.
Yeah, very good, Bill. Yeah, it adds another dimension when you have that, and just open the hatch and let them come down in the house. You might as well turn them into pets and make the best of having the trash pandas around, and they'll begin to like you, and you leave scraps out on the floor for them, and they'll be totally happy living in your house. VA3 TPS.
Okay, very good, Laird. Well, listen, I don't have much else to add, so I'll just say thank you again for being there and doing the net, or the rag net, and I'll be listening, and I'll say 7-3 to everyone, and everyone have a great night. VA3 TPS here in Pamela.
Excellent, Steve. And quick question: have the bugs started to come out very bad there yet?
Yeah, the missus got kind of attacked by the black flies today when she was digging up dandelions, so they started getting that bad here in the heat. So hopefully we'll have a nice week of warm weather and burn some of them buggers off.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I know this is the time of the year that the black flies like coming out, but why were they even created? That's a good question for another night. VE3 VGJ.
Yes, Laird. A couple things here. There was mentioned further along Shirley Road there about the plane on the post, a little bit of an airport there, and the guys mounted a plane on a post there to get the wind direction, I guess. And if you just go around the corner of that area there, there's a great big cow head, cedar hedge there, and there's a big cow head mounted through the hedge. It kind of looks funny. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Kind of catches your eye first time through there. In regards to ice cream, it's funny you mentioned that. I just finished a bowl here of French vanilla ice cream with a little bit of maple syrup on it. Man, it's not a nice dessert. Back to you.
Yes, if you're going to have vanilla ice cream, a little bit of maple syrup, and I'm not talking Aunt Jemima's, I'm talking about the real McCoy. You need to have a little bit of that on there. Otherwise, you're just not Canadian. And life just isn't worth living. And yes, it's good stuff. Oh, man, now I'm getting hungry again. I had a good supper, too, but now there's talk of ice cream. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a little bit when I'm watching NASCAR tonight. Because NASCAR's running 2 races a week right now to start catching up a bit. So that's what I will be doing as soon as the net is over. VA3 WB's VA3 DCE Doug, are you still with us? Okay, I know Doug was going to have a phone call or so he's probably off doing that. So VA3 WBZ William.
Yeah, the 3WB back with your group. I don't have anything else to add on there for tonight there, Larry, the rest of the folks. I think I'm just going to do 7-3 and go downstairs. I think I'll have some soup for dinner tonight. Wife made us some chicken soup, so I think I'll go down and have some. So I'll say 7-3, fellas, and after we chat you tomorrow night, the 3WBZ will be clear.
Excellent, William. I can smell that chicken soup from here. I think it's got a bit of rice in it too, if I'm smelling correctly. So, very good. Nothing like a good bowl of chicken soup. I can, sometimes some food's only good for certain times of the year, but I can eat chicken soup all year round. It doesn't bother me. So, very good. Enjoy your supper and enjoy the company. Nice having you with us this evening. VE3 HIX Bob.
Good evening again, Laird. Just thinking the only other thing we discussed today was getting up there on Saturday morning. I haven't been up on any of the Saturdays. I've been hunkered down here, trying to stay away from all outside diseases and so on, especially when I had a virus myself when this whole thing started. And I'd like to get up Saturday morning to see if the engine on that generator is still running automatically and is keeping time and so forth. We have no idea unless somebody else has been up there the odd Saturday to go to the repeater. I think most people were just meeting in the parking lot lot and going home from there. Perhaps you'd care to comment. VE3HIX.
Yes, you'd be correct, Bob. We were just up there in the parking lot, just south of there. But if you want to go up there Saturday morning, I'm more than game to follow you up. It's always nice to have someone there, just in case something goes bad. And so we can practice social distancing, and I'd be more than happy to follow you up there.
I remember you used to follow me up there, and I don't blame you because I've been known to slip on the ice and bang my head. A couple of times you followed me through the snow, make sure I came out of that place alive. We'll let it go at that. Back to you, VE3HIX.
Yeah, well, just the time you don't have someone with you is when everything just goes completely wrong. I know I ended up on my backside there one time inside the shack. They had this rickety old step stool, and I was up on it doing something, and it went down, and so did I, and landed on my tailbone, knocked the wind out of me, and so I just sat there for a few minutes, regaining my composure and trying not to say any words that would be inappropriate for amateur radio, and then I got up and limped home. But yeah, very good. No problem. I will follow you up, and we'll test that out. VE3CWR, Gerard. Oh, perhaps Gerard's off on a phone call now. VE3RPN, Scott. And is something evaporating in your car again?
No, not tonight there, Larry. VE3RPN. We still have leftovers at home. Mother didn't get into it too much, so won't be of that nature, but I do have to do a Timmy's run tonight, so that'll be evaporating for sure. Yeah, I never thought of those little trick items there in the old repeater bunker. That's definitely a bunker if I ever saw one there. Yeah, that'd take a good hit, I figure. Anyway, I just don't want you guys to take a good hit. But the weather's supposed to be beautiful, though. 72 and sunny. My gosh, that almost sounds like old Dave's place there, down in Santa Monica that he had. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to get jealous. But, my family like moose track ice cream. But my wife gets so upset because she doesn't like me to go out and kill a moose so she can just eat her ice cream. She cries, and I said, dear, I don't kill a moose. It's not a moose that's really in the ice cream. She doesn't figure that out there. Anyway, I'll be listening there. I got to do a little duty here for a couple buddies of mine that are going to stay 6 feet apart. Over to you. Rag 2 control, VE3RPN.
Yeah, I think moose tracks is actually the trail of stuff that a moose will leave once in a while, if you know what I mean. And so just tell her that's all it is, honey, and it tastes quite enjoyable in ice cream. Very good, Scott, and yeah. I just wanted to mention too, for anybody who's on the YouTube channel, our club meeting is coming up this Sunday. We're going to do a Zoom meeting again. And so if anybody wants to join in, if you're a club member, you'll automatically get the meeting invite. I'm hoping to send it out tomorrow. But if you're not a club member and you're on YouTube tonight, I'm holding up my email address right now. For those who may be listening online, my email address is VE3LKS. That's Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra at yahoo.ca. Just drop me an email, say you would like to be included in the meeting, and I will send you a meeting request. And we'd love to have you join us. And what else was there? Some other public service announcement I was going to make too, but maybe it'll come to me in a few minutes. Let's see. VA3 RTV, Jeffrey.
Yes, hi, lad. You know what? I nearly picked up the wrong microphone. I didn't put it back where it should be. So, I've got the 3 mics here. So, yeah, that's just because I was in a bit of a hurry. In any case, I just have one quick question. If Jackie, if you are listening, was that you at Burton this afternoon? Because I was just getting on my bike and I saw a truck that looked like yours, and it went past me, stopped in the middle of the road. I thought it was going to back up, thought it was you, and then carried on. So it may have been you, but it was a coincidence if it wasn't. And nothing else, and very good evening to everybody. Back to you, Led.
Okay, Jackie, if you would like to respond to that, be my guest.
VA3BTQ. Sure, Jeffrey. I don't stop for strange men, so it couldn't have been me. Hope you're okay. Over.
I don't know, you did yesterday.
That was necessary.
Perfect. Yes, when you're needed. Perfect. Yes, when you're needed, you're wanted. Or when you're wanted, you're needed. Something like that. Anyways. Very good. And let's see. Gary, I was reading your comment there about the delay. Yes, there will be a delay between what I actually say on the radio and what comes through on YouTube. That's just the nature of YouTube. Sometimes there's hardly any delay. Other times it can be up to 30 seconds or more. It just depends on how busy their network is that night, I guess, and how busy it was when I started, I guess. And but that's just the nature of the beast. No way around that, unfortunately. Let's see. VE3 IRB Robert.
VE3 IRB. When I talk on the net here, I always talk from my bedroom, which is on the back of the house, so it's a good place. I'm watching for the neighbor's cat, hasn't come back, so my garden's okay. So I'm doing radio and I'm doing gardening at the same time. With that, I'll quibble on my head and throw it back to you.
Okay, very good, Bob. And if you need some help getting rid of pests, I think there's a way to keep cats away, and I forget what it is. I'll have to look it up because I remember my grandparents on Burke Street used to have a problem with cats, and there was something that they did, and I can't remember. But if it comes to me, I'll let you know. VA3 BTQ Jackie, take it away again.
Hi, VA3BTQ. Well, I could send you Scamp, and he might get rid of your cats. Over.
Yes, this is true too. And you'd have a nice dog to have around the house for a few days. It was funny. Speaking about critters, I've got a bird feeder out on in my tree out in the backyard, and it's one of those clear round ones that the birds actually sort of sit in the middle of this. Looks like a big donut, and there was a chipmunk in it this afternoon, and I actually got up right behind it and reached out and touched its back, and the poor thing, it must have jumped about 8 feet. And then when it landed, it turned around and looked at me, and as if to say, "Wow, I was lucky to get away from that guy." But yeah, so hopefully he won't be back for a little while. But chipmunks, they're pretty brave, so I'm sure I won't have scared him off for too long. I didn't hit him or anything. I just touched him, and it just startled him. VE3 NMD Darren. Uh-oh. Hope we didn't bore Darren so much that he fell asleep. VE3 NMD.
Not much to say, just sort of working on getting the hem track set up once again and trying to get the digital interface going, communicating with the radio and hopefully the sound card working as well. VE3 NMD.
Okay, very good, Darren. And you're ready for Sunday for a little presentation, or are you going to be around Sunday night?
Well, I'm going to try and be around Sunday night. And it'll be a very quick presentation, but I'll see what I can put together.
Okay, very good. Yeah, will be a very quick presentation. Ends up being like half an hour long because people get all sorts of questions and it evolves from there. So, very good. So it'll be nice. Yeah, we're going to have a little presentation on the NA for our club meeting. And then as well, we'll do our regular business stuff afterwards. And if anybody has any short presentations they would like to do, short meaning, 10 or 15 minutes at the most, just let me know and we'll schedule you in. And with that, we'll look for Rylan one more time. VE3DKW. No, I think he's off stealing cars now. So hope he's not getting into a life of crime there by playing video games. I will take a standby and just do one more call for check-ins. If there's anybody who would like to check into the COVID-19 rag chew, now's your opportunity.
Okay, realize it. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo. I think we doubled. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Alpha Hotel.
Okay, very good. I got VE3LIZ, that's Glenn, and VA3BAH Brian, and I think he doubled on himself. Was there anybody else there trying to check in? Okay, nothing heard. The question for the evening was if you go along Shirley Road heading east, just before you get to Old Skugog Road, there's a tower on the north side, and I'm just wondering if anybody knows who that belongs to and what's on it. Anyways, back to you, Glenn, and welcome to the Reg Chew this evening.
Very fine, very fine. Yeah, doing a lot of work outside, so I had to do a lot of work inside while I was listening to the net. Been kind of interesting. Yeah, when I lived up on the 7A, we were always told that was a hydro tower. If you look on the side of it, there's a couple of 6-meter loops. So I'm assuming that's all it is, just a hydro tower. They put a directional beam down towards their office down at Bowmanville, I believe, on UHF. I would think that's what it is anyway. But we're always told that it was a hydro tower. Anyway, yeah, nice to get the nice weather, get outside and do something. So that's where I've been all day, and now I got to do stuff in the house while I was listening to the net. Nice to hear everybody on. So carry on. And, I meant to comment, I like Steve's remedy for animals, unwanted animals. We realize it.
Yes.
Everybody on. So carry on. And, I meant to comment, I like Steve's remedy for animals, unwanted animals. We realize it.
Yes, very good. And just one follow-up question to the hydro. So would that be OPG then, or would that be OPG then, or if
Old tower and old system.
Okay, very good, Glenn. I appreciate that information, and it'll help us track down as A3BAH, the guy who doubles on him, and it'll help us track down as to who belongs to it and what it's being used for now. So excellent, I appreciate that. VA3BAH, the guy who doubles on himself. Take it away.
Hi, good evening, Lenny. All-Star on your phone, but you can hear people on the input at the same time that you're talking. So I just backed off a few minutes. But I don't have to unkey my mic. I can just sit and wait until I've got an opening. And as far as Shirley Road, I'm trying to remember, is Shirley Road where it used to be? Back to you.
Yeah, Shirley Road is where the repeater used to be. It actually used to be at the Gun Club, which is just, about a mile, not even a mile east of where it is now. And then they moved it over to Shirley Road, and it was there for a while at the Orange Lodge on the south side. And then we moved it to, it was, as a matter of fact, this tower that I'm talking about.
Down that OSH was down, and we up in the kitchen, so I can't do that. But I have been looking, and of course, my vanity is showing, but there's one. And of course, my vanity is showing, but there's one of me that I was looking for. I am in the hole that the tower's in before all the rebar, and et cetera, et cetera. And I know that Ralph took a picture of me, and I have seen the actual picture before, but I just wondered, unfortunately, since he's passed away, what happened to his collection of photographs,
I have no idea, but as I say, if you go to the club website, you can see what we have. If he passed any on to me, chances are they are on that one particular page. So you'll see them there.
Roger that. I'll have a second look, and like I say, it was just my own vanity. But I remember a whole slew of pictures being taken down at the Orange Lodge when we were taking it down with the crane and the tower, etc. And then a whole slew that were taken when we were up at Purple Woods. And I just haven't seen them since. So I was just curious more than anything else. So anyways, I'll say 7-3. And hopefully I'll be able to connect with you again tomorrow night. This is VA3, BAH, clear on your final.
Okay, very good, Brian. And yeah, there's about, I don't know, there must be at least 50 pictures there. So I'm not sure if you're in any of them, but I haven't looked through all of them yet. But yeah, take a look. They're there. So you have to scroll through and find them. But as I say, you just double click on the word photos, and it's going to open up the photo gallery page. And at the bottom, it'll be listed pages 1 to 5. Click on page 4, and that's where you'll find a picture there of the big crane that was moving the tower. And click on that, and it'll show you all the pictures that I have. Anyways, that's on the website. Very good, Brian. Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow night again, and have a good evening. VA3 BAH VE3 LKS.
Thanks, Larry. Have a great night.